Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another episode here on Witcombe Park Farm. So as you see, we are loading up our spreader right now. If you missed the last episode, towards the end I did say that we are planning, or we're planning on switching over from the Fleming to the Ross because this one was already adapted or edited to use the pipe system. So that is what we're doing right now. It's a pretty cool mod. I still have to learn a little bit about it, but it's really pretty cool. So you have to actually like activate the PTO, the pump turns on, and then you have to open the valve and all that stuff. And then there's actually some like thickness values and blockage risk and different things like that. So not exactly sure. I might have to learn a little bit more, but I wonder if there's a way to reduce the, we'll turn the pump off there. Close, or no, okay, so we need to turn the pump on, set pump pressure. Not exactly sure how to do that. Maybe we don't have to do that, I'm not sure. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. I'm going to close the valve there. I'm going to disconnect there. And see what we can do. But yeah, I might have to look into that, because I feel like the crust and everything is actually new? I'm not sure. Now, I'm curious if we have to do anything in order to spread. Do we need to change the PTO or turn the PTO on and all that stuff in order to spread as well? A new little challenge. I like it. But of course, we are out in the case this morning, doing the spreading. I still haven't moved this, so we should probably do that at some point. Especially since we're spreading slurry on this field. Alright. Let's see, can we just turn it on? No, we can't just turn it on. So we need to set the PTO pressure. PTO pump is on. Is there anything else we need to do here? No, we don't need to do that. Is there... I feel like there's probably some other thing that I'm missing right now. Because I think there's like a direction thing that you have to do too. I think we're just missing the button for that. So I'm going to do some research really quick and see what we got to do. Okay, so looking here in the controls, yes, there is. So there's an flow open. There's a flow direction, spreader valve, open cover. There's actually a shear bolt thing, so the shear bolt can break, which is cool. So you can auto replace the shear bolt. There's actually an agitator too, so that's cool. I wonder if you have to be connected to it, and I would guess so, in order to use the agitator. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So now, by pressing Y, that actually is changing the nitrogen reference value. So we might actually need to adjust our keybinds here. Activate. Yeah, we're gonna actually have to change our keybinds in order to make this work. Okay, so what I'm finding out is that you actually need to set your pump right here. You need to use Y to do pressure, change it from vacuum to pressure, and then you can go in the cab and hit Z, which is to open your spreader valve, and that actually then allows you to spread. So it's actually, you don't do B at all with this now. It's just, it's using the valves and different things like that in order to actually start spreading. Well, it looks like we got a service light popping up on this case, so we're gonna have to do that this month. Like I said, we're not overly busy at the moment. This month, really, I mean, really at all. We're not busy hardly at all. So is this? Okay, automatic application rate is on, which we want, but it is definitely not spreading very much. So we're gonna keep the hammer down here. It does feel like we're not spreading nearly as much either. Like it feels like we should be spreading more, but maybe that is a change with this mod as well. Maybe you just don't use as much? I don't know. Change nitrogen reference value. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep at her. I don't know if I'm what I'm messing up by hitting a bunch of buttons, but we'll keep at her, and we'll catch up with you guys here in a bit. Alright, welcome back. It's been a bit. We got distracted by the Slurry pipe system tutorial. I ended up just cutting off the recording and went right into recording that tutorial. And now it's already September 3. So we are well past spreading our slurry. Nothing major has happened. Pretty much just sold off a few male sheep for a little bit of cash. I think it was like $3,000 or something like that. But now we are off to help a fellow farmer get some straw baled, because the upcoming weather is pretty shocking. There is going to be a lot of rain. So I'm going to do my very best to help out the neighboring farmers. We are going to make sure this is on the biggest bale possible. And we are going to get going on this. It might take a while, just due to the nature of the field. It is kind of a steeper field, so we aren't going to be going very fast. But it's going to pay well, about 7,000, which is great, which we need. We are dropping money real quick. But yeah, I do apologize for skipping so much time. There just really wasn't much to do. We got all the bales off. Then that last episode, we spread the manure. Pretty much everything is done, so pretty much we're just going to be... I mean, I was going to go right into starting to do some service on some of our machines, but neighbors have called. Things need to get off the field as quickly as possible, so we're going to do our very best to help out and make some money while we're doing it. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Good to be in the class. Been doing quite a bit of work in the new to us case, so be back in this class is always nice. Good on this big square baler, does the job. Just for my field, I'd be cutting it sideways. It'd make these jobs go a lot quicker. But that's alright. We do have some weather coming at around 9. We got some rain. So we might be hauled off before we can get that done. But then we're going to have a period again where we should be able to get back in here. Maybe some wet straw, but the farmer that I'm doing this for said they aren't too fussed about it. They just want it off the field. So we're going to do our very best to do that. We're just going to go forwards here, try to back up, grab that swath. Don't want to be missing any. If it was my field, I probably wouldn't care that much. Probably would have just rounded that and left that little bit of straw there. But it's not, so we need to do the best we can. So, this is what we're going to be doing moving forward. Probably the rest of the day, between the rain and all that stuff. We'll jump back in a little bit and update you guys on how it's going. Right, so it did just start raining. I think we're gonna make this pass and then this last one to try and get as much done as we can before this rain starts coming down too heavy and soaks the straw. At least it's relatively dry at the moment because it literally just started. Maybe I'll call up the farmer that I'm doing this job for and see what their take on it is. Maybe they'll want me to go until I think I can't go anymore, but just wanted to hop back in here and give a little update. It's slow going on the way up, but at least this tractor is handling it, especially with the advanced damage mod. You know, I haven't actually had a ton of issues since using the advanced damage mod, or I mean since increasing the hourly service time and stuff. And I feel like updates, maybe he decreased the amount that you get issues with your machines. Like there was that one episode a while ago when literally I was getting I had all sorts of issues. This is bumpy. But yeah, I feel like the last, I don't know, few months, I haven't really had any issues at all with any of my machines. I mean, we're keeping up with the maintenance and stuff, but, or at least like the inspections and stuff before we really start doing jobs, but yeah, I haven't had a ton of issues. I think I increased the service time to like 8 hours or something like that, or maybe 10 even, from 5. And maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe we'll make one more pass down just to get back down the field, and then I think we might have to haul it. I don't want to be logging up the baler either, so gotta think about that. You sure is pulling though. Yeah, especially, yeah, I don't want to be ruining fields either, pulling hard uphill. So we will probably, yeah, we're gonna make this last one down and then we'll call it. I'll finish off camera. And then we'll check back in with you guys at some point. Like I said, I was just hoping to do some maintenance on the machines and stuff, so I don't know, we might be jumping quite a bit. Might even be jumping into like plowing or something like that. Or cultivating, I don't know. Might do a little bit of that at some point. But for sure in October we're going to be doing our last cutting as well, so there's that. So I'll see you then. All right. Welcome to October 1. I think the last time you saw us was September 3, and we were doing a little bit of contract work. We are now in our own field, getting some baling done. The plan was to get some hay, but as I expected, the grass is quite wet. And it was at like 29% moisture. We have to get it down below 7%. And the weather is not super hot, so it's not going to dry very fast. Heading only takes it down 5%. So we would have to ted it multiple times, way more than I would like to. So, and you can see that we have some rain in the forecast, which just popped up out of nowhere and was very unexpected. It's actually, I mean, I thought I had a clear day here, clear couple days actually, but then of course we just get rain out of nowhere, so we have slowed down time because I'm not dealing with rain taking my grass away again, just like we did in the last one, but we did decide to not cut the other field. We will do that on a different day, hopefully this month. So, we're going to be wrapping this with all that being said. Because we just, I mean, it would take a long time for this grass to dry out. And we don't have that time. So, we're going to be making silage out of it once again. And we are going to be forced to buy in some hay at some point. I think we only have 4 more bales, so we're going to be buying hay in again. I'm hoping that we can at least get that other field into hay to kind of take that cost off. My plan is that we are going to sell some silage, likely, if we can. I don't think that we're going to need all of it for the winter going into the spring before we can get another cutting in. I think we're going to be good. I might eat my words, but hoping that we can at least sell a few, or a load or 2 of silage in order to compensate for the cost of buying hay in. But we'll just have to see, honestly. We do have Tom here. As you can see, he is running the rake. Getting pretty good at it, I would say. At least it seems like it. I don't really... Yeah. I think these windows are right. Well, it kind of looks like he's missing a little bit. So I'm not really sure, actually. I haven't been paying attention to him enough, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know why these ones look so weird. Looks like these ones are all good job, but it feels like he's like missing a little bit or something. It's a bit strange. Anyway. Yes, so I wanted to jump in here and give you guys a scoop on what we're doing now. Got the 185 on the baler for the first time. We still have yet to move our combine head out of that field. Just keep forgetting about it. Maybe we'll actually manage to do that by the end of the day. Things are going pretty smooth so far. No vehicle breakdowns or anything, so that is good. Probably jump out and finish this up, at least this job up. We're gonna have to wrap these and get them off the field as well at some point, but that's not a rush. Well, it kind of is, because we want to get the new grass drilled in here at some point. So we are going to be plowing up after we cut this. We can get everything off. We are going to be plowing these fields in. This one needs to be reseeded, so we are going to reseed this one The other one, like I've mentioned before, this one over here, is going into arable. Although there is that new pasture mod that I really, really want to use. And so we might need to be putting some of our fields into pasture ground now that I'm thinking about it. So but that's only going to reduce the need for grass ground. It's kind of a give and take. If we end up planting meadow grass in one of them for like a pasture, then I think we'll be okay, because that's going to reduce the need for silage and all that stuff. So I don't know, we'll have to see how that all works at some point. But yeah, I will catch you guys here in a bit. Alright, we have got these bales wrapped, and time is being sped back up because the rain can't hurt us when the bales are wrapped up already. So here we go. We're getting them loaded. What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 bales. That will be nice. Cool. Extra silage insurance going into the winter. We'll be having a few of our heifers reaching breeding age over the winter. We have 4 of them. Well, that will add to the feed consumption. But like I said, I think in the spring we will have the pasture system set up. I want to say this field here, I think we're going to be turning into a pasture for our milking cows that will go out they'll go out every day after they're done milking, which will be nice actually for mucking out the barn and things like that. Have those cows out, because it won't be such a time crunch to get the barn mucked while they're milking and things like that, because that's what I've been trying to do. It's not always successful, but that will be a nice little added bit of realism. We can have the cows out of the barn while we're mucking it out and such. 17 bales. Can we fit 17 on here? So if we go 8 on the bottom is 16. Yeah, we can do it. Go 16 on. And we'll just carry the last one with the bale grab. It'll be good. So, the rain is expected around 3 o'clock, so we should have these bales off by then. We will be putting them in the other silage pit where the muck spreader sits right now, because we don't want them in the way of the bales that we can actually use at the moment. And with that is where we are gonna say goodbye for this episode. Do appreciate y'all watching, as always. Thank you to my YouTube channel members for your continued support. And well, we don't want to do that. We want to load the front first. We don't need this thing tipping. Well, putting too much weight on the back. I doubt it would happen, but I would definitely like to get a new bale trailer. I think that's going to be one of my next equipment upgrades. But once again, I got distracted. I was saying goodbye to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the video if you enjoyed. Like the video, helps out a ton. Comment below. Love to hear your feedback on anything, or if you have questions, please feel free to ask. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.